So we are on episode 8 of BGC 14, and it's called Twerking for Change. Literally, they were twerking for some money. So we are going to get started with, by the way, for one, people, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. You guys, I don't know if you guys know this. So even on my last show, which hasn't aired yet, it's going to air later this year. I cry a lot. Like when I get upset, I may cry. It's more when it's like somebody I care about who hurts my feelings. Like outside stranger people saying whatever cannot hurt my feelings. I'd be like, yeah, okay, yeah, go F yourself. Like I really don't care. But if it's somebody I care about and they're like, oh, you're this and that, like I get upset, right? So you would never, like, it's funny because I can cry and be upset and people be like, oh, you're a crybaby, you're this, you're that. Can you tell that I literally was just in a screaming match? Like, no. So for them to say that I cannot control my feelings because I cry when I'm upset is complete bullshit, because I was literally just screaming and super fucking irritated. And guess what? I'm talking to all of you lovely people, and I'm happy, and I'm going to do this review, and I look great, but I'm just kidding. All right, that's enough. Let me quit talking myself up. It's hot as shit in here. It's been raining for 2.5 weeks, maybe even longer in Georgia, and the sun decided to come out, and I've had the air on, and it's just really, really hot. But it might just be because I was angry earlier. All right, so let's get to the episode. Jasmine says the new girl, Amber, already has back. So Jasmine's sitting there telling Lauren, like, how come the new girl, Amber, already has my back and you don't? Like, that just shows how Jazz is a flip-flopper, because for one, clearly Amber was instigating the whole thing. She really doesn't have your back. She was doing it to instigate a fight with you and Lauren. So shame on you for falling for Amber's trap and sitting there telling your friend Lauren that Amber, the new girl, has your back. I'm sure you're watching it now like, damn, I look stupid. All right, so Amber says she feels bad for trying to turn Jazz against Lauren, and I don't really think she feels bad. I mean, I think she's saying it to cover up what she did, because at first she was like, yeah, and I'm going to turn them against each other, and we need some excitement, and da-da-da. And then 2 seconds later, she's like, oh, I feel bad, I'm sorry about it. Bipolar-ass bitches. Like, what are you... It's either one or the other. There's, like, black, white, but gray. Like, everything, literally, like my fucking bedroom, everything's gray. No, either that's what you were trying to do or you weren't. Like, come on now. All right, so Amber talks to Lauren and says that Lauren's cool. She's starting to like her. And they all go to the club for the first night for the all-girls going out. And Kat buys Beatrice some roses. And she's like, yeah, I want to sleep with her. Like, I don't know if this is, like, the horny season. Like, everybody just wants to get laid. Jenna wants to get laid. Kiko, obviously, wants to get laid, too. Jenna, Jazz, Kat's talking about it now. Like, that's all they're talking about this season is getting laid. Let's see. She says that she wants to sleep in bed with her. And, of course, they get home, get in bed together. But then Amber kind of, like, joins in and, like, cock blocks, I would say, or vagina blocks. Neither one have cocks. They vagina block. So then, next thing you know, guys, I was super irritated with this part. Jazz was like, oh, I'm going to do a juju ritual. I can tell her juju isn't right. She's putting her head against the new girl, Alicia's picture. And for one, not only do you look like Judy, but now you're imitating her and the whole, like, voodoo whatever thing, because then you're doing the little chant, like, whatever the hell it is. It's so freaking annoying. Like, I mean, it's funny when Judy did it because Judy did it first. But now that somebody else is doing it now and doing the exact same thing, like, it's kind of like, okay. You've been watching Bad Girls Club too much. That happened 8 seasons ago. I don't know. All right, so Jazz, her little juju ritual. They leave a little note on Alicia's bed, which was actually really cute. It says, ow, I'm like sitting on a butt. Oh no, this button is loose. Ooh, I don't like that. So then they say, oh, the little note to Allie says, roses are red, violets are blue, heard you were slutty, I am too. And I guess Lauren wrote it. That was cute. That was different. The little roses, condoms on the bed, whatever. And that's like a strange thing. Like, why are there so many people from Georgia this season? I think they said the twins live in Georgia now, or her sister lives in Georgia. And, of course, you got Lauren, and then now Allie, and I believe there was one more. If not, then that's 4 people. But I was like, everybody's from Atlanta. That's crazy. And it's like all different personalities. Okay, so Alicia was a pageant girl. She says she has insecurity issues. She wants a better relationship with people. And overall, she's extremely pretty. one of the girls makes the comment that her face doesn't match her body. And it's crazy because most people do the opposite. Actually, my face looks a little paler than my body right now, but that's the lighting, because the light's like up here on me. And most girls make their face darker than their body, so it's really weird that her face is lighter than her body. Either way, she's really, really pretty, but she does wear way too much makeup, which of course later on she admits. All right, so Jazz is like answering the door in a thong. Like, okay. I mean, you have a nice butt, whatever. That obviously was intentional. And then she wants to act like everything's normal and says, oh, let me show you the house. I'm Jazz and da-da-da. And I'm like, really? In your thong? Okay, in your thong. I think your dad is going to be more embarrassed about that than the whole, not only you sleeping with the guy and treating him like crap. I don't know. They both pretty. Your dad's going to be disappointed. Jazz, for one. All right, so Kat says she's hot. Okay, so Kat's sitting there saying that Alicia, the new girl's hot, but she was like, well, Beatrice is going to be first, and then we'll see. So here she goes with her little horny comments again. Because remember, like a few episodes ago, she was talking about the belly dancer being hot, or the snake charmer, or something. Okay, Lauren says Allie red knot. What? Lauren says Allie red knot? I don't know what the hell I just wrote. Moving along, they take a bubble bath. It is Beatrice and Kat, and Allie's on the skateboard. So this is what's kind of irritating me a little bit. I don't think it's because she's the new girl. It's because she's the pretty girl, and then she's kind of like quiet, maybe I would say. I don't know if that's the right choice of word right now. But so while Beatrice is in the bathtub with Kat, and she finds out that Allie is on her skateboard. Instead of going out, for one, you could wait till after the bathtub and be like, I don't like people messing with my skateboard, but she just wanted a problem and looked like she was like a bad girl or whatever. And she's like, she runs down butt naked with bubbles on her. For one, you're making a mess through the whole damn house because now there's water on the floor, there's going to be dirt in it. You're creating a mess, which no. And then she sits there and says, get off my skateboard. And she doesn't even say it nicely, like, Allie, don't be on my skateboard. I don't feel bad. She just, like, comes out like a raging bitch, butt naked, talking about get off my skateboard. You're doing a little bit too much, okay? A little bit too much. Actually, a lot of it too much. Next thing you know, it's the bikini car wash. Lauren, Allie, and Jenna are on a team. Beatrice is going to be on the team. They make up this thing where the losers have to go to the club with no outfit, and they change it to no, they have to wear an outfit. No makeup. And then they have to wear a bad outfit that the other person's picked for them. Surprisingly, I really thought Lauren, Allie, and Jenna were going to win, but the other girls won. They got $281 while the other girls got $130. But at the same time, it was 4 against 3. I mean, they're the ones that set it up like that. They were so confident they were going to win, but they didn't. All right, so then there's like a little insert before the car wash. It's ritual night, and lo and behold, Judy number 2, a.k.a. Jazz, is the one that sets it up, and Amber plays in a seizure like she's going to pass out, and they're really just messing with Allie. I feel like I'm watching Judy at this point. It's really weird. All right, so Allie, I started looking at the outfits. So they go to the club, and, they had an ugly white dress or not an ugly white, they had a white dress for Lauren, and then they had, like, these blue pants or something underneath it, which made the outfit really ugly. And then they picked out a black dress that was cute for Jenna. And then Allie had the ugliest outfit where she kind of looked like, not the Joker. There's like some character that wears those colors, like with a hat. Maybe it is the Joker. But I just thought it was kind of weird that only Allie had to wear the ugly outfit, and then Jenna and Lauren did not. So I feel like once again, for a second time, they're a little bit picking on Allie. All right, so, that's what it was. So when Lauren, that's the comment I just said, when Alan says Allie read the letter, the roses are red letter, I didn't realize, because of course they said her name was Alicia. They said Allie, and I was like, oh my God, that's the girl. At one point, Judy and I were supposed to hang out with her in Atlanta, kind of near Gay Pride, and I can't remember why we didn't. And I seen her Instagram before, and I thought she was really pretty, but she looks even better on TV, like moving and stuff, which is, most girls look better on Instagram than they do in real life. So that was kind of, like, I didn't put it together that Allie was Alicia until Lauren called her Allie. That's what I was going to say back then. And now I just lost my place completely. Okay, so Kat's birthday. She goes, yeah, it's my birthday. Being a bad girl doesn't mean you have to be bad all the time. Like, what do you consider being bad all the time as in being a bad girl? Like, you don't have to be rude and start fights and be ugly to somebody to be a bad girl. And I think that's what most girls like think nowadays, which is kind of really irritating because I feel like they're being childish and they're like setting a bad example for people. I mean, I don't know, you can just be chill and whatever, stick up for yourself. Kind of like how I was. You don't have to sit there and like go out and look for problems and treat people like crap and yell and cuss and sleep with them and then be mean to them and destroy their stuff. Like, you don't have to do that to be a bad girl, what these girls think it is. All right, so it's really hot. This hair is not helping. Okay, so it's the life coach meetings with Laura, and Amber says her dad left her for another family, and that's why she has her new daddy, which is her boyfriend. He's 37, she's 21. And then next thing you know, of course, like, these life session meetings are like really long. We only see a small part of it, so I don't really know what we were missing, but Laura tells her, like, set boundaries, tell the man the truth, he won't know what hit him. But based on what we saw that Amber said, it didn't make sense. I don't know what they were really talking about. Maybe if she tells him that she has daddy issues and she looks at him like a dad. But I'm sure he figures that anyways. I don't really know. I was kind of lost right there. Okay, so Lauren said her brother died. That's why she drinks so much. And I think that's what most people do. When they do drugs and drink, they're trying to escape what is really going on or not trying to have to deal with their problems and stuff. And, I mean, Lauren is young. It's kind of annoying to me when people blame other people, but I've been in that position. I didn't stay in it long. Actually, I was never really, I don't know. But I understand that things like that are hard, so people do go to escape to certain things, but you have to be strong. You have to get over it. Not necessarily get over it, but you need to deal with it in a healthy way and not sit there and mistreat your body and act a damn fool and just wow out all the time just because you're saying that you're drinking because of that. It's more of a excuse of why you're drinking, I think, most of the time, and not just as an excuse, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me, but okay, so Allie says 90% of her stress is her body image, her makeup, and hair, which, of course, that tells you that you cannot judge a book by its cover because Allie is extremely pretty. I think at this point she's the prettiest girl in the house. She has a nice body. As of now, she's holding herself together pretty well. Like, she has a nice personality. She's not nasty to anybody. There's no bad habits or anything like that like some of these other girls may have. So it's crazy to hear stuff like she feels like she's never good enough and how she wears her makeup 24/7. And Lauren mentions like, oh, but you look good without makeup. And she's like, well, I don't feel it on the inside. And that's like what's really sad to me. I know when I first started modeling 9 years ago, and the photographer's name was Mark Anderson. And he had pictures of like models and stuff on his wall. And there was this extremely pretty Asian girl. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. And he was like, oh yeah, she committed suicide. She was this and that. And back then, I think I was like 21. And I was like, she's so pretty. Like, how does she even have problems like that? Like, why would she kill herself? Like, that's just crazy to me. And it's kind of like when, was it Marcus Houston? Not Marcus Houston. When the guy, he like gouged his own eye out in the hotel room, and he's like really cute, really talented, and was making money. I'm like, why do people do this? So that just shows you can't judge a book by its cover, because I've had a long damn life and a lot of craziness. Just as I said, I was just yelling and screaming a few minutes before this, which is absolutely nuts. But, you know, people put a smile on and you would never know. And I would never think that Allie would be insecure whatsoever. Okay, so Kat says she needs to let Emily go. She'll make it she'll be a better person. So she's kind of blaming her problems on Emily. I kind of know where she's coming from because I was in a toxic relationship once where the guy just drove me absolutely crazy, and I did crazy things that I never did with anybody else, and he just would freaking make me so mad. So I kind of understand where Kat's coming from in that sense. I hope it's not that she's just blaming all her faults on Emily. Okay, so Jenna says she likes control, and at this point, I was like kind of bored with the life coach meetings. I was like, I just want to watch Finding Carter, which I'm about to after this, so I kind of fast-forwarded Jenna's part. Sorry, Jenna. And accidentally, because they were like hanging the pictures on the wall, I don't know if it's a blooper, so I kind of got stopped and suckered in. I had to watch Beatrice's part, but Beatrice was saying her mom died, so she took care of her brothers, and she wants somebody to take care of her. And I know somewhat how that feels. Like, I'm not going to go into this right now. But when you have certain things like that, you do want a man, in relationship-wise, to feel like you're secure. And maybe not necessarily take care of you as in pay your bills and like little petty superficial stuff like that. But in the sense of maybe I have daddy issues. I'm just kidding. Like, I'm about to say, like, be like there to like almost not necessarily your bodyguard. I got Cal for that. But like to make you feel safe. You feel like they always have your back. If something happens, they will take care of you. So I wouldn't say that would be a daddy daughter type thing. I just think it's like a man thing, like a man's role. Like, out of all things, I believe in chivalry. Like, I think a man should open the door for a woman. He should always walk closer to the street. Like, he should pay for dinner. That's just my beliefs, and that's what I like, and I'm sticking to it. All right, so Lauren talks to Amber. She didn't know if click. Where's Kat? Oh, so Lauren's talking to Amber. She's like, oh, I didn't know if we'd click like this, and where's Kat at? And next thing you know, this gay boy John comes up the stairs, and he's like, oh, yeah. And he's telling Amber and Lauren that some girl downstairs is talking about them. Like, you're from Philly, right? You're from this. And I already knew it was fake. Like, I just had a feeling, like, this boy wants to be on Bad Girls Club. He's being messy. He wants some attention. He wants to make sure his scene gets aired so he gets to be seen on TV. Like, come on now. This was petty, like, how this conversation ended up happening. So Lauren confronts Allie. Jazz says that they don't... so the next thing you know, Jazz is like, don't disrespect our guests and blah, blah, blah. These aren't your guests. Just pull them... Okay, for one, Jazz, you are not to tell anybody, to give anybody advice. And Allie handled it pretty well. She didn't, like, go crazy or do anything, whatever. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, why is John still here? He's, like, still running around in the background. Kat's mad. And Jazz starts yelling at Allie. She was like, when I say stop, you stop. Okay, hold on, Jazz. For one, you are nobody's boss. And when the triplets were there, which I'm very upset that they're gone because they were really entertaining, no damn way in hell were you going to say, when I say stop, you stop. Jazz, now that the triplets are gone, with them being the more dominant people in the house, and she was like the underdog, now that they're gone, she's trying to be up on top. And it's like, okay, you don't like being down here when those girls were up here. So now, when you feel like you're up here, this is kind of like what Gigi did on my season. Next thing you know, you're such a badass, and you're telling people what to do because you feel like, you know, you got all these friends, you've been here the longest, and Allie is like, just cool, chill, whatever. And next thing you know, she's screaming, saying... Jazz says Allie's a shit starter. She ruined her friend's birthday, and she's screaming and yelling. Once again, Jazz is just trying to be relevant. It's really, really annoying. I don't think Allie did anything wrong. She handled the situation really well. And of course, at the end, you see Kat say, no, Allie, like, I understand. John did make it up, and I thought about it, and blah, blah, blah. And they kind of have, like, a little makeup session. And of course, Jazz wants to, like, pretend that she's okay with it. And then, of course, she says, well, I'm going to be watching out for her. Allie ain't even do nothing. Alright, so anyways, I'm going to tell you what kind of lip color this is because I was like playing with these things. They do not go together. So it's Matte NYX number 17, and it's called Sweet Pink Rose. And this purple, this is actually an eyeliner pencil, but I use it as a lip liner. It is Essence number 18, Very Merry. I don't even know where I got this. I kind of feel like CVS or something. I never even heard of this brand before. And then I also got L'Oreal number 464 Dazzle Me. So I mixed all these colors together, and it's actually prettier in person than it is on this video. But yeah, so I will see you guys next week, and I do feel sad that the triplets are gone, but I guess we'll see how things turn out. They're going to start causing unnecessary drama just to have attention. So we'll see how it plays out on episode 9.